Hello, I'm Parsons from Review My Games, and this is a video response to TEMPHUiBIS's 20 question. His first question was, what was the first console that you ever saw? The first console I ever saw was probably the Sega Master System, because it was the first console that we had. His second question is, what game are you best at? Funny thing is, I'm not really that good at games. I'll just play them for the fun of it. But if I had to pick a type of game that I'll be best at, it'd be an action type game like God of War or something like that. Question number 3 is, what is your favourite game character? That's a pretty tough one, but I'm probably going to have to go with Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, because he was just pretty cool. Question number 4, what is your best era of gaming? I'd probably say the PlayStation 2 era, because I had a load of games for that and I used to play games all the time when I had a PlayStation 2. But games have come a long way now, and in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era that we're in, I think that as long as they bring out some more good games for it, then this could well become the best ever so far. Question number 5 is, what is your worst game genre? I'm going to have to agree with TEMPHUiBIS on this one, that manager games are just too boring for me to play. Question number 6 is, do you prefer retro games to be authentic or redone? Definitely going to have to be authentic for me. An example of this is Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1. They remade it afterwards as Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes with better graphics, and I'd just always prefer the original PS1 title. Question number 7, are you normal-handed, arcade-handed or active-handed? No brainer on this one, I'm definitely normal-handed. I just like to sit there with a normal controller and just do my thing. Question number 8. Have you ever bought the same console twice? Personally, I haven't bought a console more than once, but we've had more than one of the same console in the house. We had about 2 Sega Master Systems, 2 to 3 PlayStation 1s, God knows how many PS2s. But I never actually personally bought any of them. The only consoles I've ever bought was one black slimline PS2 and the 60GB PS3, which I'm using now. Question number 9, what is your favourite video game soundtrack? The best soundtracks were probably in the olden type games like Sonic, Mario, those sort of games, but my favourite soundtrack of all has probably got to be the Type A music off Tetris. I just really like that music. And an interesting fact about that, actually, it was taken from an old Russian folk band song about over 100 years before the game was actually made, and the song was called Kobaniki or something like that. Question number 10, have you ever played the Video Challenger? Yes, I have. Actually have one of the games here, but it's been years ago since I played it. I was only a little kid at the time and I could not remember what it was like, and I would play on it now just to see what it's like, but I haven't got the gun or anything. We lost that years ago, so I can't really play on it, but I've still got one of the games. Question number 11, graphics or gameplay? Definitely 100% gameplay. If a game's got great graphics and no gameplay to it, then what's the point? But if it's got very terrible graphics but still really, really good gameplay, I can still sit there and play it. So yeah, definitely gameplay. Question number 12, have you ever clocked Super Mario Bros. 1 on the NES console without using the warp zones? I have never actually played Super Mario Bros. 1 on the NES console, so no, I haven't. Question number 13, cartridge or CDs? Right now CDs, because I'm holding a lot more space, you can fit a lot more stuff on there, but if they ever made cartridges which hold a lot more space than the CD, then that would probably actually be better, because they're a lot more durable, don't get scratched as easily. Question number 14, what console do you have the least games for? At the moment, I don't know, probably my Game Boy. Got about 3 games for that lying around somewhere. Question number 15, how many players have I played against at once in a local multiplayer? In Halesowen, I went into this place where you can play games on a PC, and all the PCs are connected, and everyone in there was playing Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So yeah, if you count that time, about 10 to 20 people at once. Question number 16, what 2 games do I think should cross over? I think the only games really worth crossing over are fighting games like the new Street Fighter X Tekken, and like TEMPHUiBIS said, football games like FIFA and Pro Evo. Not really many other games that you can cross over, except maybe Guitar Hero and Rock Band. That could probably do a good crossover. Question number 17, what is the worst glitch I've ever encountered? The worst glitch I've ever encountered was probably when I was playing UFC 2009. I'd got pretty far into the career, and then the game froze on me. I had to switch the console off. When I went back on, the file was corrupted and I had to start my career again from scratch. So yeah, I was pretty pissed off about that. Number 18, what percentage does storyline matter in a game? Really depends on the game. Some games I like just because they've got a good storyline. I mean, things like Metal Gear Solid and all that wouldn't do nearly as well if they didn't have the storyline. But when it comes to making a game, I don't really think it matters whether it's got a storyline or not. If it does have a good storyline, that's a bonus, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you've got good games out there like the old games like Pac-Man and Tetris didn't even have a storyline, and they were really, really successful. So I've got to have to say 0%. It just doesn't matter. Question number 19, if I was going to make a game character that would be known in the future, what would be my brand new character? I honestly don't know. Probably do a double act. I'd have Dustin McCool and his partner Jeff. Question number 20, if I was going to make my own game, what genre would it be? Probably action genre, because that's what I play the most, so yeah. And the bonus question, what type of game genre would TEMPHUiBIS's music match? Well, I think he was right on there when he said Ridge Racer games. His music could definitely fit that. Maybe the early sort of Sonic games could go well in the background of that. And some sort of futuristic pilot shooter, like if you're in spaceship shooting other spaceships, or like futuristic plane type shooting games, that sort of thing. So yeah, those are my answers to TEMPHUiBIS's 20 questions plus bonus question. Hope you enjoyed it.